All right, my friends, welcome to Fire Fridays. Holy shit, it's Aries. Hi, Aries. Welcome to your weekly reading that's also timeless. It's Fire Fridays, which means I read for you, my friend. Today we'll be working with the Santa Muerte and the Baroque Tarot, and I also have the Mondac Lenormand here. I've been using, I think last week I think I did Lenormand for you. I don't recall, though. I've been integrating that at the end of the reading. I feel like I did. Anyway, I don't remember. So we're going to go ahead and get right into it here. Thank you for being here, of course, and if you're returning, thank you for coming back. I truly appreciate it. I hope that, my point here is to be reading for your highest good, your highest outcome as an act of service to you. Because that's what I'm about, and it's my pleasure to do so. So let's get right into it. That was weird. Let's get, all right. No, I don't have ADD. Let's go. Let's get right into it. All right. 3 cards. Yes, the Santa Muerte is going to do all the clarifying today. It wants to have more presence, so more cards rather than less for them. We're kicking it off with the 4 of Wands, Aries. Okay. 4 of Wands. We have the 2 of Swords. Excellent. And we have the 2 of Cups. Okay. Wow. And then we've got the Queen of Swords on the bottom. The Queen of Swords is that the BS detector. You know, she's very, very perceptive and just doesn't really tolerate shenanigans. All right. I think what we have here, though, what's really interesting to me is the 4 of Wands. People call this the 11-11 card sometimes, or it can represent it's stability and celebration, but it can even represent marriages sometimes, or a real legitimate staying power with these two people off in the distance here, this couple, because you have 2 sets of 2. 2 plus 2 makes 4. We've got 2 sets of 2 here. We have the partner, but more directly, we have the partnership of the 2 of Cups, of course. And then this 2 of Swords is really about learning how to work past obstacles in a creative way, working together and really kind of honing in on that. I feel, and it's also, of course, communication. So Aries, there's definitely been something shifting between you and another person where your communication has fundamentally changed in a way that's really providing some solutions, and definitely a reprieve from previous strife or struggle. So I feel like Aries, those of you that are in a partnership, and of course that could be romantic, that could be family, that could be business, it could be lots of things. You're finding new ways to communicate with this person and work with this person. So I think that's really awesome. And I think part of it is that Queen of Swords energy, that boundary setting. I don't know. Maybe the other person. The other thing about the Queen of Swords is they can speak so bluntly and blunt. I say bluntly. I was about to say so bluntly and so sharply, but yes, the ability to speak quite to the point in a way that can really offend people. There's a tendency to be harsh with that Queen of Swords, and so you or the other person maybe is just something about that. One of you maybe speaks in a very blunt way, and maybe the other person was feeling offended or something. I don't really know, but I feel like you've kind of gotten past that in some way, which is leading to this celebration and the stability within this dynamic. So, but we'll go ahead and clarify the 4 of Wands now. We do have the 7 of Swords and Judgment. I'll show you these real quick. 7 of Swords and Judgment. That 7 of Swords is very unique, the way the person's coming out of the coffin. You can see it says hope and reflection there. It's like waking up from something and recognizing that you had been deceived. Although it doesn't feel like deception, it feels more like a misunderstanding or confusion. Like you felt like your world, you were in this box, and suddenly you're coming out of this box and seeing something in a different way. That is really intervention from spirit on this connection to help you see it. All right, we need one more card. Interesting. Oh, the Magician's on the bottom right now. Yes, indeed. Alchemy. Yeah, seeing things from a different point of view is alchemy. It really is. Some kind of veil has been lifted from your perception there, and you've recognized that. For example, we were talking about that the Queen of Swords. It's like that's not mincing words is so important sometimes. It could have been that Seven of Swords energy was like trying so hard to be diplomatic in a situation that you or the other person is like actually stepped into some kind of dishonest communication without even realizing it. The desire to be diplomatic can actually cause dishonesty in a lot of ways. The road to hell is paved with good intentions, is it not? And then we have the Five of Wands. Yeah, the Five of Wands. So that was the conflict. This is a conflict that was being resolved, and you can see this Five of Wands. This individual has matches, fire, right? And they're lighting the match. There's almost a mischievous look. It's almost like, should I set it on fire? I think somebody did. Like it's really like coming out of that not the non-direct communication, the non-direct speaking, and suddenly it's like, you know what, I'm gonna say what I need to say. This fire, even though it was uncomfortable, it was like a purification. It was a purifying fire that really just took the BS out of the way, basically. And we have Nine of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Right now, this Nine of Swords is like all of the energy of worry and confusion and fear and all those things. All the swords are sort of going through the head there, right? Through the head. It's just all of the worries in your mind. And then this one's really interesting because it's like a priest holding a book. And I think part of the fears was the orthodoxy or the linear thinking in this connection. There was something very and then we're going into the Two of Swords, which is about that, finding that creative solution, right? Getting around the obstacle. And it's like, I feel like what really broke that was getting out of that orthodox linear thinking. Something in the dynamic between you two was like very seemingly set in stone because it was correct, in as I air quote without my hands, correct, or the right thing to do, or this is how we do it. And I think it broke. Somebody burnt the orthodoxy away. Ooh. Burn the priest. Wow, that's some hardcore energy. Burn the priest. Jeez. That sounds like a death metal song for sure. It probably is a death metal song. I'm totally going to look for it on Spotify when I'm done with this, just because inquiring minds want to know. But anyway, regarding this Two of Swords, we have the Empress. Okay. Now, so the Empress embodies the energy of all four queens, right? We did have the Queen of Swords here prominently to begin with in that underlying energy. That may have been something that was missing from the dynamic, which has put one of you into the Empress mode. I kind of feel like you might have been the one that lit the fire. Shocker, right? I mean, Aries. Obviously, you lit the... Obviously, you lit the fire. But it's put you in an Empress mode. See, the thing is, we got to burn away the things that, like, that are in the way. Again, to refine or to purify. And now that the path is cleared, you can then create. The Empress is also the Divine Mother. She's the creator, she creates. We have Temperance here. Sagittarius energy, also an energy of course, bringing things into balance. Which I was saying, all four things, right? You've got your passions and your emotions in line with your intellect and your practicality. It's all four elements brought into balance, which, of course, like the Empress, bringing all four of those energies into balance, it gives you it kind of brings you into Empress status. Yeah, this last break, this last conflict was like really brought some refinement. Six of Wands. Oh, I have 2 cards here. Okay, no problem. Six of Wands. This is a victory. You know, this is a very unique Six of Wands, by the way. Instead of focusing like in the traditional rider, it's the person on the horse, right? And they've got the wreath, and it's they're being celebrated for their victory. There's adulation and adoration for the person. This card, the whole emphasis is on the crowd. Every single person is watching. It doesn't even show the rider. This change in you has really grabbed somebody's attention. It's grabbed people's attention. They're like, wow, Empress, you know? Empress, for sure. And then we have the Five of Pentacles. I think this is... You were willing to take the risk? Willing to take a risk and lose something. You know, the Five of Pentacles is like that. It could be like fear of loss, feeling left out, financially feeling or materially feeling at a lack. And I think you were willing to take a risk to kind of stand up for yourself. That fire that was lit, it's like, yeah, you kind of, there was part of you that just said, screw it, I'm gonna say my piece. And we have the King of Wands on the bottom. This is steady in the face of adversity. This is like mastery of your passions as well, of course, Aries. This it's like I'm pursuing my passions fully, but I'm doing so in a masterful way. You know, you're not just chasing it ravenously like an idiot. You're doing it in a calculated way. Yeah, Aries, King of Wands. I like that. And I know I called you the Empress, which is really interesting because your card is actually the Emperor, not the Empress, technically speaking. But I do think that we all have those energies inside of us, the masculine and feminine forms. And so, you know, obviously, regardless of your gender or how you identify, we have those things. It's a tool to identify energies in the universe. You know, it's sort of like code in a computer, right? We have ones and zeros. This is our way of describing energy, masculine, feminine. So I don't know why I keep saying that either. I keep disclaiming it like there's somebody out there that is gonna be offended by this masculine, feminine thing, and if so, sorry. I mean, I don't know. This is a linguistic, well, it's an obstacle in a sense. You know, in tarot and things like that, there's, I mean, this energy, this way of communicating is rooted way back, and I don't even know I wouldn't know how to refine it, so I don't know. Blah, 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 Aries. Maybe some of you out there would like to... I don't know. Feel free to comment on that if you want, if I'm just a big idiot. I don't know. Anyway, 2 of Cups. We've got the King of Pentacles. Okay, Aries. We have the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles, of course, is very secure. Again, mastery, right? The kings are exhibiting mastery in their respective element, and this is one of Pentacles. It's security, financial security. The setback that you were fearing before is not that you decided you're not going to empower, you're not going to give power to. Well, that's paying off in a big way, because you are recognizing your ability to not only acquire but maintain abundance, and there's no reason to be in a scarcity mindset. No reason at all to be in a scarcity mindset. Also, this person that you're, you know, this partnership, this 2 of Cups partnership, could be an earth sign, of course. A King of Pentacles could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Yeah, Aries, I don't know. Take it as it resonates. I think you'll know, because it feels to me like this is an existing relationship. Like some of you you'll know exactly who that is, if that is referencing another person, of course. We have the 3 of Cups. Yeah, so 2 of Cups going into 3 of Cups. This celebration on the horizon here. Definitely celebration on the horizon. I love that. And then we have the Ace of Cups. There's a new emotional regeneration here. It's like this partnership, working through this conflict the way you have has really, is really bringing about a emotional renewal between you and the other person. That's so lovely. Yeah, and we have the moon here. The moon is underlying the deck, and this is like your deepest desires. It's your hopes, your dreams. It's also your fears, of course. It's your inner world, and there's something about this, like as this thing, this conflict is resolved, and you're sort of in this mode of celebration, and I'm feeling it too. This and the emotional renewal, right? This refreshment. This is something that you really, really deeply hoped for and deeply desired, Aries, and it's coming about. That's so beautiful. I love that. Yeah, I felt that. Like I got the tingles, man, in my heart. Got the tingles in my heart chakra. I love that. Good for you. Okay, awesome. Let's get some potential outcome going for you, Aries. And then potentially some Lenormand, 3-card Lenormand spread for advice. It kind of feels to me like this is something that I feel like you really kind of have it figured out. I don't know that you're needing any advice, but we'll see. If these cards steer me into a potential maybe not, then we'll look. We'll look. Don't worry, we'll look. I won't short you on cards. We have Justice. Okay, the balance, the equilibrium is being restored. There's fairness in this circumstance. And I don't know why I got totally sidetracked here, but the Two of Cups, it's so, we all know the card, it's classic, but that Carduceus, the snakes going around the staff, that is a symbol of healing. And there's emotional healing going on between you and this person. And justice being restored at the same time. That's wonderful. That's really wonderful. And emotional healing can occur even in a professional environment. For those of you that this is about, a coworker or a boss or a partner in your business, emotions can run high professionally too. And so there is healing available for that, Finding a resolve with somebody can be so refreshing, regardless of the scenario. We've got the King of Pentacles again. So the King of Pentacles is out twice. Again, just abundance. I feel like your abundance is very secure at this time. Yeah. Huh. Some of you are in... There's a chance that some of you are even in a lawsuit and it's going to resolve. Now, Seven of Swords came out. And this is Seven of Swords is a tricky card. It's out twice. We've had it twice. We had that coffin Seven of Swords where you're sort of recognizing something. This card is a card of tactfulness. It can be sneaky. So it can either convey the idea of like doing something very creative and out of the box and tactful to accomplish something, or it can be sneaky or unethical. So be aware of this, Aries. Basically, I would say, like, be aware of the cycle repeating. Okay, like you have the fire is lit, the resolve is occurring, but oftentimes in life these kinds of things, they tend to loop sometimes. It's like you'll pass the test, so to speak, and move past that lesson in life, but then it'll sort of come around for review. It can come around for review, so be aware of it. Be mindful of how directly you're speaking, Aries. I take it as it resonates, of course, no offense, but be mindful of how you're speaking. I do feel like you're the one who kind of learned a lesson about communicating with this person. And then on the bottom of the deck is Knight of Pentacles. this is all about conscientious and careful planning. You and this person want to build something together. There's a desire to build, and it's going to require some planning. So I guess in tandem with the Seven of Swords, it's like conscientious communication and careful communication in involving this person, and then also careful planning on the practical side of things, Aries. So I think it's very positive. I feel like this is a very, very good thing. But we'll take 3-card Lenormand just for a quick bit of advice, and then I will send you on your way, Aries. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And if you're resonating with this and not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing, of course. I truly appreciate it. And like the video if you like the video. Comment on the video if you like the video, even. It honestly does help. It's so funny how that works, because I found myself, I'll find a tarot channel or something else on YouTube, like it. I'll start watching something, and even if I'm watching it consistently, it'll just come off of your feed. So like, you never know, and it's so easy to, out of sight, out of mind it. So if you actually do like these, then yeah, please engage a little bit, because it'll help it continue to show up in your feed, of course, and yada yada yada. My point here is, again, to read for your highest good and highest outcome. At the end of the day, I really just want to serve you, dear friend. So without further ado, let's get into it. We have the Dove 50. Okay, we've got the Child 13. And the Man. There's a renewed spiritual connection. The Child is about new energy. It's almost like the Fool energy in tarot. It's new. It's new, it's fun, it's playful, lighthearted, not worried. I'm also getting a message that for some of you, this person is growing up. It's like the childish behavior is changing and maturing, because they're more in tune with spirit. The dove, obviously being an archetype of Holy Spirit, but also a kind of a symbol of peace as well. The dove is a symbol of peace. So I do feel that there's definitely some resolve in somebody's maturity, but also it kind of goes both ways. Some of you are feeling a refreshed and renewed spiritual connection with this person. Others of you are kind of witnessing the maturation of a person, okay? But the end result is peace. So as far as advice goes, I think advice would be, let spirit refresh you, and trust spirit with the other person, I suppose. It's really kind of the gist of it. If you've lit that fire and you've gone through that process, once the fire is lit and the recalibration of the relationship is underway, I feel like you can really trust. Like I said, judgment was here. That's divine intervention. It's like spirit is attempting to keep you and this person in some form or function together in a way that, because there's more lessons to learn, you two have things to learn from each other, and it's really bringing about peace. The King of Pentacles is a peace king. He's a peacetime king. Enjoying the abundance, being comfortable in the abundance, not warring, not out to war. So Aries, that's what I have for you. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Best of luck with this energy. Don't be afraid to light the match. Wow. Let it purify. I hope to see you next Friday, Aries. Thank you so much. Until then, take care.